We're now going to look at the pronunciation half of cool speech. We're going to begin it by looking at the vowels area. So if we tap on the vowels, and you see a different type of menu from the ones we've seen before. This menu shows you that you've got a choice between working with a female voice, Emily across the top, or with a male voice, Toby, across the bottom. This screen also tells you you've got a choice of working with short vowels of British English, the long vowels of British English, the diphthongs, and reduced vowels and those associated with this symbol, which is called schwa, which is the kind of sound of English. So let's tap on the first area, the short vowels area, with Emily. We've got 3 choices of button across the top, which I'll come back to. But here on the main screen, down the left-hand side, we have the short vowels of British English. And if we tap on the first one,
I,
we hear that.
E, A, O, U.
So those are the symbols for the short vowels of British English. If we now read across, we'll see the sample word in which that short vowel is exemplified.
Thing.
And then an original speech unit from Emily's spontaneous speech.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
And your task is to record yourself saying this sound
I,
in this word
thing.
in this speech unit.
It's not the same thing.
And so you tap on the red button. It's not the same thing. And you tap on the screen. And then you can hear your own version. It's not the same thing. And you can compare it to the original.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. And you can do that for all of these short vowels of British English in these genuine samples of spontaneous native speaker speech. Now, you may feel that working with spontaneous speech straight away is perhaps a bit too soon for you. So if you go back to these buttons at the top, you'll see that the Care For button, if we tap on that, we see the screen is refreshed, but underneath it, there's something different. We still have the symbol for the sound and the word, but listen to this.
It's not the same thing.
This is a slow, careful version for you to improve your accuracy. And again, you can tap here on the red button. It's not the same thing. And then you can listen to yourself. It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
So there, if the original is too much of a challenge for you, you can work with the slow, careful version. And you'll have seen this third button at the top, the Fluent version. And so this is a re-recorded version of the original, which is slightly less wild.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
And as before, you can record yourself and compare yourself against the original. So, for these short vowels of English, you've got them all on this page, and you can scroll to work with other areas of the speech sounds of English, the other vowels of English, by looking at this menu and tapping on this menu. So this one happens to take us into Toby's long vowels, and we can just have a quick listen to him.
I just chat to people.
Okay, so that is the vowels area of cool speech. In the next video, I'll take you through the consonants area.